What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to this channel if this face is new to you. Hi, hello, how are you? My name is Riley, that stands for Rachel Eiler, and I'm on a journey to figure out my life both personally, professionally, and financially. I typically do these every year, but for the first time, I didn't. I think there was a plan, but you know, life and excuse, whatever, I didn't do it. But today we are doing my debt confession of 2024. I've done 3 of these now. I did a quarter one also last year. And yeah, I think the first one was a lot. I don't think I took it most seriously the first time around. I think I was just doing it to do it because I saw everyone else do it and I didn't make really any progress. I think maybe I did. I don't remember. I didn't go back to watch, but you can. I'll have them linked below if you want to go see all the progress I've made or maybe didn't make. I don't really know. We'll see. Okay. But today we are doing it once more. I think personally, before looking at this, I think I can confidently say I did really well this year. There was a lot of sacrifice made. I worked extra jobs. I ended up getting a raise at the end of the year. No matter what, though, the goal this year is just to pay off the last credit card. As you guys know, I am engaged. We're planning to have a 2027 wedding, and after this year, we really do need to start actually planning and paying for things. And the original plan was to take 2025 to just save up. Stop paying debt aggressively and just save up for the wedding and then resume, but we're gonna flip that around. We're gonna keep we're going to keep aggressively paying off debt this year and then pay as we go for our wedding. So no matter what, this is a judgment-free zone, but feel free to put your judgy comments down below as you all usually do. That's okay. With that, let's just jump right into it. If you haven't yet, make sure you are subscribed and hit that like button. Turn on the bell notification so you never miss a video from me. And let's get started. Okay, so I ended up purchasing a debt dashboard tracker off of Etsy. I'll link the one that I use below. I am using a different one moving forward just to try something different out. But I'll link it down below if you want to go support a small business owner. And I made this, I think, just before the new year. So 2023 going into 2024. We ended up having 7 debts in total. Now, within that, probably a little bit... Technically not totally 7 because my federal student loans are broken down into their own individual, but for consolidation reasons, we're going to call it 7. But it's like, I think 12 if we didn't call it that, but 7. We had the Citi card, the Discover card, a car loan, my Peloton loan, my private student loan, my federal loans, and I owed money to my parents. So in total, I will go over individually what each one started at, and so on and so forth. But we started with $185,310.82 worth of debt, and that was across the board from the student loans to my owing my parents. My private student loan is the one that is really the most annoying and is the most expensive. I have a pretty decent interest rate on that, but as many people who have student loans know, they're annoying. They feel like they never leave. But that is on that's on the back burner of things. But the $185,000, $100,000 of that is literally just one loan. So again, 7 active debts. My minimum monthly payments for the year was $2,436.57. And ironically, that actually did not include a minimum payment for what I owed my parents because my parents are like, whenever you can, just do it. So I ended up paying them over the course of 3 months and just giving them large sums. So I went into 2024 with a plan of an action plan of what I needed to pay off first. I wasn't so much doing the snowball or the avalanche method, but I really kind of started this way because I had a 0% interest for one of the credit cards, and it was up in December of 2024. So I had to make sure that I prioritized that first. Citi card was the first credit card that I ended up focusing paying off because again of that 0% interest rate that was going to be going off. So that starting balance was $7,484.60. In May of 2024, we ended up, in May of 2024, we ended up paying that completely off. So that took about 5 months to do. And really, I did that solely because I had a second job. That was probably the easiest thing to do. I knew I could pay it off probably relatively even sooner if I wanted to, but I really just focused every single penny that went from the second job and from YouTube and from anything else solely went to that credit card. So that one checked off. Peloton was the next thing that I paid off, and you all had a lot to say about me having another Peloton loan for a piece of gym equipment. But again, I love Peloton. It worked really well for me. It had helped me stay active and all those things while I was doing this. And I am a firm believer that exercise and taking care of yourself physically and helps mentally. So anyway, so that was the next focus that I had. We started in January with $3,082.20, and in July of 2024, I paid that off. I was lucky enough, I made the minimum payments over and over and over again, and then after that, I was putting like thousands of dollars towards the other credit card per month, and I ended up just taking what I was doing that, and I kind of like the snowball method of once you're done with whatever payment you were making, you roll that into the next one plus the monthly minimum. And then in July, I ended up getting a bonus at work, and I again never saw that. It went straight to the debt, and that was paid off in July. So debt number 2 crossed off. So from July pretty much to the end of the year is when I focused on paying back my parents. It was something that just did really weigh heavy on me. They do things out of the kindness of their heart for me, but I obviously did not want to take advantage of that. So my goal was to get the two things paid off, and then from there just pay off my parents as fast as I can. So from July pretty much until November is when I paid them off. So we went from $3,900 to 0 in 4 months. In 4 months, so we paid off almost another $4,000 of debt. And again, that was the same thing. All the money that came in from that second job, everything, any bonuses, any pay raise. November was also when I got my pay raise, so I did end up quitting also my second job, and I was doing more photography stuff on the side. So a lot of little things just added up over time, ended up paying them back that. And debt number 3 is crossed off. So what is left, you may ask? Well, we have one more credit card, which is my Discover card, a car loan, a private student loan, and federal loans. And I will say, I think I made a lot of behavior changes this past year, but not clearly with the credit card. I didn't take out any debt in 2024, which was, I thought, really great. And probably a first, honestly. So that's a plus. We're going to call that a plus. My Discover card probably doubled. No, not probably. It did. It did double. I think my last debt confession, I had a little more than 10K on the card. It's now at 19. So I don't know the exact number off the top of my head. I'll put it on screen though. And it didn't happen as if I was using that card every single month. It just was a thing here, a thing there, bullshit spending here, bullshit spending there, just not great choices. If they're Christmas went on the card, and then other things went on the card, and sometimes I forgot my debit card, so that was it, and it was just so dumb. So that card is no longer existing. So no progress made there. If anything, unfortunately, right, when we look at it, everything I paid off between the Peloton loan, the credit card loan, my parents, adds up. So in hindsight, I suppose you could say I didn't pay off anything because I was making stupid decisions on another card, but here we are. That's the Discover card. So pretty much no progress there. that's okay, because again, that is the priority. Again, we're doing almost triple the monthly minimum payment for that, around $1,600, anywhere between $1,000 to $1,600 going there every single month, if we can. So, but definitely no less than $1,000. The goal is to still have this paid off by the end of the year, and it's probably going to take me all year to do it. So my car loan was my next loan. We went into 2024 with $31,790 and 4 cents on that, and we ended at $21,292 and 50 cents. So decent progress. Again, minimum payments, not a bad interest rate on it. So on and so forth. And then my final two, again, are my student loans. So my federal student loans started, have a balance starting at $26,721.57. And we ended that with $24,254. My minimum payment for my federal loans is not a lot. My interest rates also are not a lot. They're just not. They're so tiny, and I will explain why I'm not focusing on those first before the credit card, because my lowest interest rate is like a 2%, and my largest interest rate for the loans is like a 4.3 or something like that. It's very, very minimal, and my minimum monthly payment is only $285. So not a lot of progress, but I'm going to explain why at the end, why I'm not tackling this first. And then the last loan was my private student loan, the most annoying thing ever in the entire world, but at least I have a college degree out of it, so yay to that. But that started at $99,980 and 53 cents, and we only paid down, drumroll please, that balance is $96,474, and that minimum monthly payment sucks. It's very big. The interest rate, probably like a 5%, honestly, but it just all goes to interest, and it sucks. So at some point, we're going to tackle that more. But overall, we started, like I said, with that $185K debt, and we ended up paying off $27,037.49 in total. So even with the new Discover balance, I have $165,302.61 left to pay. Now, the reason why I am not doing my federal student loan first, because it is the lowest interest rate. It's also of the smaller balances. It's not the smallest balance I have, but it is of the smallest balance, or vice versa of why am I not doing my car loan first before anything else. It is because I am planning to go back to school. Because I work for a university and I'm in a state system and I'm also unionized, I get the perk and the privilege to go to school at no cost to myself. And when I do that, it will actually put my student loans back on pause. Now, that doesn't mean that interest will not continue to being paid or accrued, especially on my private loan. Some of my federal student loans are subsidized, some aren't. They're unsubsidized. So the ones that I believe are unsubsidized will continue to gain interest. But I'm not going to stop paying minimum monthlies. I'm just not going to be attacking them aggressively. And because of that, the credit card was the most important thing. It is the highest interest rate of all my debts. So think of it this way. I'm more so doing avalanche method than I am snowball method. And once that credit card is paid off, we will go back to looking at what to tackle next. I still have in my head that I'll probably tackle my car loan next before I go back to paying off my loans, because one, it'll be the last big thing, but number two is it's going to take me about 3 years to get my master's, because we can only take a certain number of credits every year. So yeah, so that's kind of the gist of it. In 12 months, $27,000, not too shabby, I think. And that's going to be the end of it for this video. Thanks for listening to another confession. I feel like I'm at church again. I didn't grow up Catholic, so that's actually a lie. I never had to do confession. But anyway, thanks for listening to my debt confession. If you are on your own financial journey, I hope it's going well. Keep pushing hard, keep sacrificing. You will get there, I promise. Make an action plan and go forth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And until next time, I'll see you then.